Hello, friends, and welcome back. It's coming up to Easter, and our Easter celebrations typically involve spending the long weekend at our little getaway shack at a nearby lake. Now, to get to our cabin, we have to take one of the back roads, which are not maintained in winter months, so the only way in would be by snow machine, which we don't happen to have. However, come springtime, the highways department usually starts to clear the back roads. It's good practice to clear the snow from the roads so that they dry out faster and don't get so muddy and full of ruts. They also usually steam the culverts so the roads don't wash out from the spring runoff. There are several placer gold mines in the area, and the miners are already starting to get ready for the season. In any case, we're hoping to get to the lake for Easter, but the word on the street is that the government is out of money and not clearing the road this spring. That being said, we've also heard that one of the miners had the road cleared, but we're not sure how far in. Anyways, today we're off to scope it all out, and we'll find out.
Hey, Pupper. You want to go on a little adventure today? Go to Mento? Let's go. Let's go. My hair is doing crazy things. It's at a very awkward length, so we're gonna have to just wear a hat today. Nice and sunny Saturday. Gonna go check out the road to our cabin, see if we can get in. I brought along the new GoPro and drone, and maybe I'll fool around with those a little bit. Okay. I'm curious to see how this GoPro footage is gonna look like, and also like what the mic sound is gonna be like. It's a pretty nice day.
Did you buy better mics or something? Or?
I don't think the mics I have will connect to this. I think they need to be like Bluetooth mics, but I could upgrade my mics.
I'm guessing it's mud. What's your prediction?
I think it's going to be cleared all the way into the lake. So this is the road into our cabin, and last summer there were some forest fires really close in the area, so they widened the road a bunch, pushed a bunch of trees over to make a fire break, and right up in here they were back burning. You can see the trees are a bit burnt, but I'm hoping that this summer we'll be able to come and have a mushroom camp out here and pick some morels. So we'll be keeping an eye on that for sure. Well, this is kind of annoying. We came down the road and there's a big placer mine right here, and they're the ones who actually cleared the road in, but it stops right here, the plowing that is, but the road to our cabin goes beyond. So normally it's the government that opens up the road and they go right to the lake. But because these guys did it, they only pushed it to their mine, which is unfortunate. I have to say, my new drone is pretty cool and user-friendly. This is one of the first times I've used it, and I'm a little jerky, but it sure captures some awesome footage. This is some of the countryside around our cabin. The cabin is over there somewhere. So close yet so far. I Google mapped it, and it's about 5 kilometers from where the snow is cleared to the lake. Don't know if we'll be making it in this year. Anyways, after we went on the little jaunt down the road, we came back and had a fire at our place, our first fire of the spring. And usually our first fire of the spring is an opportunity for us to get together and have our ceremonial burning of our Christmas tree, which has been out in the yard drying out. Oops! You can see there's still a few kinks to be worked out as far as my operational skills. Up above the treetops, though, here there's a fabulous view of the village of Mayo and the Stewart River with the hills in the background. And I'm just panning around the town. It was a gorgeous evening. And you can see for miles around, there's Mount Haldane in the distance, cabins in that direction, and there's the Mayo River in the foreground.
Oh my God.
Here goes the tree. The ceremonial burning of the Christmas tree, a yearly tradition. Hi. Hey, what are you doing? Come on. Well, without the possibility of us easily getting to our cabin for Easter weekend, we decided that we would head to Dawson City for the night, have a nice dinner, do our taxes, and just have a little getaway. All right, Dawson City, here we come. So while we did bring the van to Dawson, that was actually for Marvin to stay in. We, on the other hand, stayed at Bombay Peggy's, which is a very charming Victorian-style inn and pub. Easter happens to be sort of our unofficial anniversary, and so we decided we would treat ourselves. This historic building is so lovely, and here you can see a shot of the parlor. We highly recommend. And speaking of strong recommendations, we had dinner with friends at Bon Temps and Company, which is arguably one of the very best restaurants in the entire Yukon with a rotating seasonal menu. Delicious. There is not one dish that I would not order again. Then, after doing our taxes, it was back to Mayo, where the following day we went for a lovely walk on Crocus Ridge. No crocuses yet, just a bit too early. We weren't really sure what we were going to do with the rest of our weekend. Without a snowmobile, it would be difficult to reach the cabin. But on Easter Sunday, after a hearty breakfast and a visit from the Easter Bunny, we decided that we would attempt to make the trek to the cabin on foot. We packed lightly with a few snacks and headed off. Luckily, the trail was packed and good for walking. We sent a satellite message to John Matt's brother to let him know that we were heading in his direction. Not sure how far we'd actually make it. The weather did not look great as we headed out, and it even at one point started to hail. However, we were determined.
It's like hail.
When we got to the end of the plowed section, we set off on foot. We didn't have any real expectations about actually making it to the lake. We thought we'd think of it as a walk, and we'd set out for 1 hour and just see what the trail conditions were like and how far we'd actually get.
When we're an hour in, I could probably fly my drone right to the lake. Just to get some shots. What are you doing, puppy?
It looks like the Easter Bunny left a few chocolate eggs here. As we were walking, we got a message from John Matt's brother telling us that he would have come to meet us. However, he was worried about his side-by-side sinking in the melting midday snow. Oh well, it was still a nice day for a walk. If you're wondering what these giant tracks are, these are the tracks of a snowcat belonging to JM's cousin. They were also out at their cabin for the weekend. Then all of a sudden we could hear a noise in the distance.
Maybe it's the snowcat.
Who's that, Becky?
Who is it? Oh, here comes the snowcat.
Happy Easter.
Quite a long way.
Anyway, it's pretty good going, huh? We're going slow.
Pretty good, eh? That might be soft.
Yeah,
You
probably. Hey?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Pretty fishy ride. I bought it and it's sat in the lake for a few years. And hardly ever used it.
You have moose in there yet?
No.
What's the payload?
If I poured a bunch of that before I put that
And just like that, we were off in the snowcat, a contraption that can pretty much go through any kind of terrain and get us to the lake easily, despite the road conditions. Once we hit the lake, we decided to walk the rest of the way. Don't worry, the ice is 3 feet thick, and normally we drive across in our
It's nice
truck.
there's no snow on the lake. You could drive right across if the road was open. The one year they don't clear the road, the ice is perfect. Marvin, this is your first time at Mento Lake.
We made it! What an unexpected yet delightful surprise. Could our weekend get any better?
After some lovely visits, an invite for a delicious Easter dinner, and a dreamy sleep in a cozy cabin, it was time to head home. What a gift to have this unexpected weekend surprise. Isn't it wonderful how things just have a way of working out? Hope you enjoyed these Yukon spring scenes as I figured out my new drone and GoPro. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
One take Tara.